Hello and welcome this evening to Long Beachin with Mo. It may be morning where you are even, but as you know, in the studio we always have fun people, and this evening is no different. We have Mark from Minarik Guitars, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and we also have Zachary. Now, Zachary, what do you do with Minarik Guitars?
Well, I help Minarik with their marketing campaign and occasionally make some recommendations to bring out aboard some artists, such as the artist will be on later today's show.
Yeah, it's great. I asked Zachary, how about we do a show and then we have artists from Minarik Guitars, because you are the CEO of Minarik Guitars, correct, Mark?
Yes, research and development as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what gave you the idea to, what was the perception of the first start of Minarik Guitars?
Well, initially I was involved with a guitar company as an artist, and the owners of that company brought me into their custom shop to make my first guitar. And based on that whole experience, they figured out pretty quickly that I had a knack for design that they'd never seen before.
Right, because some of these guitars are very unusual looking, aren't they?
Absolutely. There's a method to the madness on every guitar, but some of the shapes were definitely nothing anyone had seen. Yes.
And how long have you been doing this for?
We're celebrating our 5th anniversary this year, and I did a little bit of back work a couple years before we launched to the public, just to make sure that we had a good foundation before we went official. So 5 years technically, maybe a few extra.
About the same time I've been doing this show.
Outstanding.
Yay.
Congratulations on all our success together.
Yeah. We are going to bring up on the screen some of the guitars, or quite a few of the guitars that you have actually. Do you design them yourself?
Yes, all the ideas that you're going to see will come from my brain. There's no outside influence. The shapes of the guitars, the inlay designs, they're all coming from me.
And where are you based out of?
We're out of Los Angeles area. Our custom shop's in Van Nuys, California.
Okay. If we could just bring the first one up on the screen, and then you can tell us a little bit about it, Mark. That would be rather nice. Okay, well, maybe if we can just, they're saying string it out a little bit longer, so maybe if you can just tell us about this little guitar here, this white guitar. What exactly is this one?
This guitar is the Lotus shape. I was asked by some people to design a single cutaway shape that would be in the Minarik line, and I had a problem with the traditional cutaway because the way I look at things, the design was wrong.
Yes.
And they said, well, okay, then fix it. Well, this is the fix.
This is the fix right
basically, if you can see the tail down on the bottom of the guitar,
yes,
that's not for ornamental design. It actually adds an extra strip of wood up the left side of the body where the low-frequency strings are going to be sending their sound waves over. You need more wood on the left side of a guitar to be able to grab and articulate those low-end frequency notes.
Oh.
So the single cutaway, the traditional single cutaway, was so off, I even had to put another tail up on the top bout.
Wow.
So there's a considerable amount of wood added, which then fixed my perceived problem of the traditional single cutaway.
Right.
Now, I made all the look tie in together, so there's a flow to it, but all of that is strictly for engineering and allowing the low-end frequency response to be enhanced. And then, of course, there's a chamber on the right side which removes some of the wood, which gives you more of those vocal angel-like tones of the high strings, which are more articulated on the right side of the guitar. So you actually want to have less wood on the right.
Wow, so it's all intricate. It's very intricate things that go into the sound and the the vibration, the wavelengths, and everything else. So you've obviously looked into, or you know all about that. I find that to be, you're kind of a guitar techie.
Well, no, I don't know how to explain it, but I had somebody explain it to me once, and it made the most sense.
Okay.
It was a gentleman who was a surgeon, and he said we have 3 kinds of students. We have good students that get good grades when they come to the school to be surgeons. We have the magna cum laude, top of the class students, and he goes, then we have naturals. And I said, well, what's a natural? He goes, well, that's a person on the first day of class. We can open up somebody and they'll just look and understand what's wrong and be able to fix it without any schooling.
Wow.
The best way I can describe it is I could just look at a guitar and just understand what's wrong with it and know how to fix it through design. So there was no schooling for this. I just know.
It's there. It's instinct.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah? Okay, well, we are going to go to the Minarik Guitars. They're going to come up on the screen, and if you just give us a little bit about each one. This is the Cherub. When you designed this, what were you thinking of?
Okay, initially at the Inferno Cherub model, if you look at the guitar, the flame tongues on the left side of the guitar are thicker than the ones on the right. Again, that goes back to the more mass on the left side of the guitar to articulate the low-end frequency tones.
Okay.
There's chambers all throughout that entire guitar, and those chambers actually allow the soundboard on the top to vibrate. The guitar almost feels like it's alive when you strum the strings, and it doesn't even have to be plugged in.
Wow. Okay.
Those concepts and the shape of each flame tongue almost act like tuning forks, the way they hang off the edge of the body. Yeah. That guitar is way ahead of its time. Everybody that looks at that guitar goes, wow, great flames.
You're very passionate about this. It's just amazing. The next one, please, because I want to go through all of these because I think these are absolutely amazing guitars.
This is the Goddess.
See these.
It's another traditional shaped guitar. You can see it has that tone tail technology, that extra strip of wood on the left-hand side, and you'll see that as a consistency whenever I'm approaching a traditional shape. Most traditional guitars have to have that in order to correct the lack of left side mass.
Okay, now we're going to have to. We've only got another 3 minutes left, so we're going to go through the rest of these rather quickly. The Lotus, I love the blue color of this, and this. What sort of covering do you use on these? Is it a lacquer or what is it?
As a rule, most of the guitars are topped with a quilt maple and a trans paint of various colors. Usually what people feel, we feel the market is most leaning towards in terms of colors.
That's and does that affect the sound?
It can. Okay. It can. It just depends on how much of a difference you're talking.
Okay, and the next one up, please. What's this called? The Samahan? Samayan?
I've heard a bunch of different pronunciations. I pronounce it Samhain.
Samhain. Is Samhain a guy or a person?
It's Celtic for the harvest, like
should
Halloween.
know that. My parents are Irish. Next one up, please. Oh, we have the Trinity and the Medusa.
We have one of the Trinities here, I believe. A great guitar. It's a symmetrical shape. So in order to get the left and right mass concept, I had to do some chambering on the right side to have that happen and still have it as a symmetrical body.
Okay, and the next, Inferno 4, is that, or 5?
It's an Inferno V. It's a 9-string. It has 3 extra strings that we mounted at the bottom of the V that almost act like half of a 12-string guitar. It allows the low 3 strings to be open so you can play heavy rock chords and not have those get disturbed while still having a beautiful, lush 12-string sound if you switch over to an acoustic channel or a clean channel.
Whoa, you thought of everything, didn't you? What's the next one? Oh, the Goddess. Look at this. 2 guitars in one? What?
That's one of our double neck guitars. I'm a big fan of huge, big double necks. I think that's the way they're supposed to be built. The sound is, you just have to play one. It's absolutely breathtaking. If you can handle a big guitar, we make the best.
Just do it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. And the Lotus?
That's one of our USA Lotuses with a sun god inlay. The whole center of that guitar is an Aztec sun. There's probably about 372 individual pieces of pearl just to do the body inlay. Okay. Absolutely spectacular.
And we have the Halo.
That's one of my favorite.
Played by angels.
The top of the guitar was actually inspired by a whale's tail. If you take a good look at it, it's a whale's tail, and I dropped the right side of the tail. Well, Mother Nature was a great inspiration on that guitar because the access to the top of that is better than any scooped-out cutaway that we've ever seen.
All right. And, well, was that the last one we had? Maybe if we can get a close-up of the guitar. Oh, no, we have. Hold on. Bring them back. What about acoustic guitars?
Love acoustic guitars. Most of the ones that we do are super high-end, Brazilian rosewood, lots of abalone all over the guitar, really pricey, but we do make a lot, and every one we make sells before we can get it to the showroom floor. So we're doing well, but
they're a work of art.
Yeah, and they're expensive.
Yeah. And if people want to look at, buy them from you, where do they go to? What is your website?
The website is minarikguitars.com, Minarik.
Yes.
And there's tons of pictures, beautiful color pictures and close-ups of all the different models.
Yes.
And we'd love for them to come take a look at that.
Fantastic. And Zachary, I thank you. I'm so into, speaking with Mark here, but we're going to be doing a show together here about once every 3 months, and you're going to bring the artists in from Minarik Guitars, because you sponsor artists, don't you?
Absolutely. We sponsor up-and-coming artists as well as artists that are already on major record labels.
I think the up-and-coming artists are the main ones to sponsor nowadays, don't you?
They are hugely satisfying, and I think that's the way to go. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I've seen your guitars in various places in Beverly Hills at parties I've gone to. Various people who are very well-known people, but also they have contracts with other people. So, but they do play them in their houses, and that's how I know about Minarik Guitars, and I was glad to speak with Zachary and be in contact with you. Thank you for coming. This has been a very fast interview because we are going to showcase a couple of Minarik artists, and who are those artists going to be?
Candace Pearl is the next upcoming artist, and Vanessa Jordan is someone that Minarik Guitars is courting right now. She's an acoustic artist.
Great. Okay, thank you very much for coming in, Mark.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And
thank
before
you, Zachary.
we call it, would I be able to present you with a T-shirt from Minarik Guitars?
Oh, thank you.
We're
yes.
very grateful for you bringing us on and talking with us.
Oh,
hopefully
thank
you like.
you. That's lovely.
There you go, Mo. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, how lovely.
Don't let it bring you down tonight. Just close your eyes, you'll see the beautiful destiny. This will be over soon. This I do promise you. You're coming back. You're almost here.
Okay, and in the studio